It's homecoming. From the concert to Tent City, find out everything you need to know to have a Bobcat-tastic weekend.
Voting has begun for the student government election. Find out more about the candidates and their platforms.
Having a hard time finding parking? Find out why after Weather with Gabby. Hello and welcome to GC360, where news comes full circle. I'm Ross Thompson.
And I'm Maddie Holtz. We bring you news from the Georgia College campus and across the Milledgeville community. Let's get right to our top story.
A member of the Georgia College cross-country team is recovering from an apparently random gunshot wound he sustained while driving on Vincent Highway. The Baldwin County Sheriff's Office says Lance Underwood was near Johnny McDad's grocery store on February 11th when the shot rang out. It's unclear where it came from, but it happened between 7:30 and 8:30 p.m.
The sheriff's report says Underwood sustained a gunshot wound to his right inner thigh. The bullet lodged in his femur. The shooting happened sometime after Underwood and his fellow cross-country runner, David Holland, went for a run at Bartram Forest.
After being shot, Underwood pulled over at an Exxon gas station. Holland picked him up and drove him to Navicent Health Center near emergency room in Macon. He has since been released. Cross-country coach Steve Barsby told GC360, quoting, "The team and all GC athletics have come together to support Lance after this unfortunate situation. We all are hopeful for a speedy recovery and are happy to already see him back on campus moving forward."
SGA held a so-called candidates debate on Monday. Even though most candidates for executive positions are running unopposed, GC360's Brick Nelson has the details.
Presidential candidates talked about how they would do the job and offered their qualifications for the position.
Everybody has their roles. We don't all have to be friends, but if someone's coming to you and they're expressing, okay, this is how I feel, let's go ahead and fix the issue then. Because what happens if they have to keep being repetitive with the issue, communication ties get big. If you cannot adhere and get your 25 senators to communicate and work together, how are you going to govern a student body?
Year as a senator last year, and I'm the current president pro tem 4, which is an exec position. So it's very similar. It's right under the vice president in terms of leading Senate. So I've been able to be in that role before. I'm also on the exec board for Georgia College Collegiate 4-H. So I've been in exec positions before.
They were also asked how they would maintain civility during SGA meetings.
Okay, so the good thing about VP is you're stepping back. So although you are, I guess, a leader in that group, you also have to be kind of like the mom in that same sense. So you can't go into that situation being biased.
I've been using the word respect a lot, but I'm going to throw it out again here because I do think that each senator should respect each other's opinions. We are representing a little over 200 students per person, and with that, 200 students can have a different opinion from 200 other students.
Candidates for president, secretary, and treasurer are unopposed. Presidential candidate Nathan Graham expressed confidence about his relationship with the student body.
I have built relationships already with many students, faculty, staff to help get my initiatives out, to continue and build upon SGA's foundation, and that's what I introduced in my platform.
Secretary candidate Maggie Owens spoke about why she is involved with SGA.
Do you think that SGA is one of the more honorable ways to participate on Georgia College's campus, just because it does represent the entire student body?
Max Harley, who was not present at the debate, is running for treasurer. Voting for officers ends Friday, and the results will be announced at homecoming Saturday. For GC360, I'm Brick Nelson.
Although many SGA candidates are running unopposed, students do have the opportunity to select no vote on polls.
The Union Recorder is Georgia's oldest continuously running newspaper, and they just hit an even bigger milestone.
On Saturday, the Union Recorder celebrated 200 years as a publication. To mark the occasion, the Union Recorder will be revisiting some of its most historic stories over the next month.
The fun doesn't end there. On February 27th, the Union Recorder will have a cake-cutting ceremony in Jubilee to mark their 20th anniversary. Members of the community are encouraged to attend. This weekend is one of the biggest weekends of the semester, homecoming. Whether you're going to the concert with friends or tailgating at Tent City, learn all the do's and don'ts after the brief break.
Coming up this Friday, we're all preparing for a festive celebration of Georgia College with reputable and nationally recognized musicians such as Lupe Fiasco and Max. But as for the opening act, well, it's none other than Milledgeville-based band Pajama Party. Pajama Party fiercely competed in Battle of the Bands and won a place as the opening act for this year's homecoming concert. The band is made up of students from Georgia College, and they are eagerly awaiting the big day, and gave me a statement that shows their excitement. We are so excited for the opportunity to play at Georgia College's homecoming concert. It's going to be a great night with great music and even greater people. Along with this, we're pumped to play alongside big names such as Max and Lupe Fiasco.
Dad, they took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. Dad! You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Welcome back to the show. It's homecoming, and one GC band has earned the privilege of opening for Max and Lupe Fiasco.
Pajama Party is ready to kick off homecoming right. GC 360's Lila McGivney reports.
Homecoming coming up this Friday. We're all preparing for a festive celebration of Georgia College with reputable and nationally recognized musicians such as Lupe Fiasco and Max. But as for the opening act, well, it's none other than Milledgeville-based band Pajama Party. Pajama Party fiercely competed in Battle of the Bands and won a place as the opening act for this year's homecoming concert. The band is made up of students from Georgia College, and they are eagerly awaiting the big day, and gave me a statement that shows their excitement. We are so excited for the opportunity to play at Georgia College's homecoming concert. It's going to be a great night with great music and even greater people. Along with this, we're pumped to play alongside big names such as Max and Lupe Fiasco. And we hope to live up to the reputation we established at Battle of the Bands. With love, the Pajama Party boys. So, here's to a great performance for Pajama Party. And GC 360 wishes you luck.
Tent City is this Saturday, and before you tailgate, here are some rules that you need to know. Tents are required to provide at least one cooler of water bottles or serving containers with cups. Glass containers are not allowed and will be disposed if found. Any tent that is serving alcohol must have food provided. Hard liquor is also not permitted.
Sober monitors must be visible and distinguishable in the crowd. Professional staff will be in attendance during the event in case of emergencies. Tobacco and smoking products, including vaping and e-cigarettes, are not allowed.
Failure to adhere by these guidelines will result in a minimum of a $100 fine and can reach up to $2,000 in fines depending on the severity of the issue.
GC 360 wants all Bobcats to have fun and stay safe this homecoming weekend. From concerts to kickbacks, homecoming is composed of several events to celebrate the spirit of being a Bobcat. We wanted to hear from you more about why homecoming is special to you. GC 360's Tiara Richardson reports.
Hi, I'm Tiara Richardson with GC360, and today Frankie and I are going on the streets to ask people what they think about homecoming this year.
I'm excited about Tent City. I don't know much about it, but I've heard about it enough.
Probably the concert.
Yeah, I think it's cute. I like how it goes along with Old Decker's theme. I think it'll be nice.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yes, I'm really excited about that. It made me think about the Flappers period, and that's really exciting. And it made me think about Great Gatsby, so anything Great Gatsby I like.
That sounds pretty cool. It is 2020, you know? You gotta embrace the 2020 theme.
I don't really know him.
I'm not 100% familiar with his style, probably because I'm a late 90s baby, but I'm just gonna go just to get the experience.
Well, I'm a freshman, and I guess I just don't know much about it. Like, I have heard about it a little bit, and I've seen, like, who's playing, but I don't really know a lot about them. So I just feel like more, like, publicity and maybe, like, posters and stuff. Yeah. Because I've seen a lot of, like, candidates for court and stuff like that, but not really any other information.
They're closing the Watson Centennial, so that's like Centennial number 1, so that seems to the people who are parked there, they have to move, and they're also closing the lot by Bell Hall for a couple days, from Friday to Sunday. So people definitely have to move, which stinks.
It really depends on the budget, but if we just like put things out there, maybe a K-pop band?
Probably a Hosier.
Okay.
That'd be nice.
Are you looking for something to binge watch this weekend? Skip looking through trailers and cheesy online reviews. Kayla and Katie are giving out some binge-worthy suggestions after this break.
They took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. Dad! You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Hello and welcome back to GC360. It's time for your sports update. I'm Herndon Lee. It's going to be a busy homecoming weekend for Georgia College sports. Both men's and women's basketball team had home games on Wednesday against Francis Marion. The men's team won 90-79, which puts their season record at 11-14 and 8-9 in the Peach Belt Conference. The women's team lost 62-51, putting their record at 5-20 and 2-15 in the conference. Both teams will be home this Saturday for homecoming against North Georgia. The women's game will tip off at 3:30 and the men's at 5:30. The baseball team will also be home this weekend to play against Claflin. The team has not played since their loss on Saturday, so I'm sure they're ready to take on the field and get the win to get the bad taste out of their mouth. That's it for sports this Thursday. Let's check back in with Kayla and Katie for Hot Takes.
Welcome back to another segment of Hot Takes. I'm Kayla Simon.
And I'm Katie Futch. This week, we want to talk about everyone's favorite thing, Netflix. While Netflix original shows and movies have always been popular, such as Stranger Things, there are two new reality shows that have really caught our attention, The Circle and Love is Blind.
The Circle has people come onto the show and create a social media profile where they can be themselves or whoever they want to be. And they don't even have to use their own pictures. They then get to go on and meet with and talk to other members without actually meeting them. So they have to make connections and avoid catfishes.
People are voted out of The Circle each week until the show is left with one winning influencer.
Love is Blind is a show where everyone on the show is separated by gender, and participants got to go on dates where they meet with someone on the other side.
But here's the catch. They do this all while never actually seeing each other. They are all put into private lounges, and all the men and women can do is talk to each other. They are separate the entire time by a wall. This makes the only means of attraction being conversation.
At the end of these dates, they actually get to get engaged, all before seeing the person that they are agreeing to spend the rest of their life with. So, Katie, which show would you rather be on, The Circle or Love is Blind?
You know, I think that's a hard decision for me to make. I think both are interesting, but I don't know if I would go on either personally, because I would not want to marry someone that I've never seen. But which one would you rather go on?
I'd probably go with The Circle, just because I'm not about to agree to spend the rest of my life with someone that I've never actually seen.
Yeah. Would you go on The Circle as a catfish?
I don't know. I think it might be kind of cool to go on as a catfish, but I also don't want to do someone dirty like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever been catfished before?
You know, I actually have. It's a whole story, but would you get engaged to someone you've never seen?
No, I wouldn't. I think that I wouldn't do that. I think I would. I definitely would want to see the person before, and I think I like face-to-face interaction a lot, so I think it'd be hard for me to not even know what the person looks like that I'm getting married to. Have you ever been disappointed in seeing someone in person versus their pictures?
Not really. I don't really pay attention to that a whole lot.
Yeah.
So I mean, most of the people that I meet, that I talk to online, are the same as they are in their pictures as they are in real life.
Yeah. So you like the Netflix originals, but I got Disney Plus recently, and I haven't opened Netflix at all since I got it. Yeah, I really, really like The Mandalorian. I think that was my favorite show on Disney Plus. It's really good.
Yeah, well, Baby Yoda is kind of the only thing I know about that because I haven't seen it. And next week, we're actually going to be talking about that on the show. So that's going to be interesting.
It may be gray outside, but don't worry.
Gabby is ready to bring some sunshine to your way with the weather, this weekend's weather.
Your hero needs you now.
Gabby will
and
also
AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Liberty Street parking lot currently holds 114 spots and is conveniently located just.
She didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly.
Lights out.
Good night. And put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Anytime they're playing music downstairs, it's loud. I go downstairs, see what they're doing, see what music they're doing, see what they're dancing to. I go play piano downstairs, they come get involved. Leah has a drum set beside it, banging that. any music, that's what they do.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. This is unacceptable, and something Feeding America is working to solve. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States, including yours. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it. I know. Come alive with the forest. The dad was cute.
They were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly.
Lights out. Good night.
And put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back to your weekend weather. I'm Gabrielle Duchateau. Rain, rain, rain. That's all we've had this week. Enough rain to put Baldwin County on the flash flood watch list. This is because the rain from the week of the tornado had not completely dried, leaving the soil still saturated. Adding rain to already saturated soil just leads to ponding in low-lying areas. This flood watch will last until late Thursday night. Now, let's go ahead and look into the homecoming weekend weather. You Bobcats are in luck this weekend. At first glance, there seems to be only a small chance for rain this weekend. Friday is going to be partly cloudy and chilly. The high will be 49 degrees and the low will be a freezing 26 degrees. Since it's going to be pretty cold Friday night, I will encourage you to wear a long sleeve shirt and jacket when going out. The chance of rain is surprisingly low, 10%, and humidity will be 57%. Saturday is going to be cold, but it will be a sunny day, something Milledgeville has been missing for a while. The high will be 55 degrees and the low will be freezing again at 31 degrees. The chance of rain again is 10% and humidity is at 54%. Even though Tent City is outside, it should be pretty bearable as long as you're dressed for the weather. So again, bring a coat. Sunday, we finally don't have freezing temperatures and it's another sunny day. Wow. The high for Sunday will be 59 degrees and the low will be 41 degrees. That's manageable. Again, the chance of rain is 10% during the day and the humidity is 59%. Sunday will be the perfect day to recover from homecoming festivities. Light rain will close out the weekend Sunday night, but that's okay, because by that point, the rain will be a gentle ASMR as you fall asleep. Speaking of rain, it was drizzling on Wednesday when I went out to the new Liberty Street parking lot that opened Tuesday. The street parking lot currently holds 114 spots and is conveniently located just a 5-minute walk to Georgia College's Arts and Sciences building.
Put them to bed.
As a commuter student,
Hunger
are
is
you
a story we
excited
can-
for the new lot that is being built?
I'm very excited. You've seen me several times having to walk from the other commuter lot. This is going to be very nice to not have to walk so far.
I'm really excited. It's super close to campus and I don't have to worry about getting a ticket or anything. And yeah, I love the distance and I love that commuters have more spaces now.
I'm very happy because every time I went over to the commuter lot, they were all filled. So it's great. I'm glad they got all these extra parking spots over here, you know. It's a little extra, you know.
The parking lot is currently gravel, but Parking and Transportation says that the parking lot is set to be paved later this spring when the weather permits.
I hope that it will be paved soon just because I'd hate to track this in my car, but you know what? The convenience, I can live with a little bit of gravel for a little while.
This is not that big of a deal. Going in, it's a little bumpy, but it's not that big of a deal. I don't really care, as long as we have spots.
Do you think the weather is gonna affect the gravel or anything like that?
Yeah, it might, probably. If it starts getting muddy though, that's when it's kind of a problem.
So, although the Liberty Street parking lot isn't paved, parking is still available for commuters and employees. Reporting for GC360, I'm Gabrielle Duchateau. I encourage all commuter students to take advantage of the new parking lot. That's it from me. Make sure this homecoming weekend you stay safe and most of all, have fun. Let's throw it back to the desk.
I tell you what, it's a good thing they're opening up some new parking. At the rate we were going, I was going to have to start parking in the courtyard at A&S.
Yeah, I feel like the parking situation here is just terrible. Like, I have to leave maybe like 30 minutes early for class just to make it, 30 minutes from my home just to make it to class on time. And sometimes I can't even find a spot. Thanks, Gabby. Do you think there's nothing to do in Millie? Well, think again. Georgia's old governor's mansion is open to the public, and GC 360's Ana Paula Sanchez is here to give you an inside look.
Hi, welcome back to There's Nothing to Do in Milledgeville, but wait, there is. Today we're exploring the governor's mansion. Come along. Milledgeville is known as the antebellum capital of Georgia. Georgia's old governor's mansion looms over Milledgeville with its stately columns and imposing facade. Serving as the residence of Georgia's chief executives for over 30 years, the mansion's history encompasses the antebellum, Civil War, and early Reconstruction phases of the state's history.
We get over 15,000 visitors a year, and we are doing everyone from pre-K students to very elderly individuals. Do a great deal of work with our collegiate population as well, K-12 students. And so this is something that has a tour that can be of interest and offered to anybody.
Georgia's old governor's mansion also served as a stage on which many elements of the complex social issues of the antebellum period were played out. Slavery and the complexity of society and gender roles are among the issues that shape the history of the building and are explored in tandem with the issues of politics. Tours of the governor's mansions are available Tuesday to Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Sundays from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Tours begin on the hour, and the last tour begins at 4 p.m. So if you're ever wondering, what is there to do in Milledgeville? Just think of what you can learn at the Governor's Mansion. From GC360, I'm Ana Paula Sanchez.
So have you ever been to the old governor's mansion?
You know, I actually haven't. I've thought about going, and every time I think I'm going to go, I just don't have the time. They're actually a Smithsonian affiliate. Did you know
wow,
that? Yeah,
I did
they
not
have like
know that.
a little seal on their sign. It's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Anyway, that's all for the GC360. Join us Tuesday for our next show. I'm Ross Thompson.
And I'm Maddie Holtz. When we're not on air, we keep you up to date on our social media pages. Facebook.com/GC360, at GC360 News on Twitter and Instagram, and on our YouTube page, YouTube.com/GC360 News.
Always available to you, GC360, where news comes full circle.